Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to be doing a little chatty video talking about my current journal lineup and journals that I'm working on at the moment. So let's get right into it. I do have 5 journals here to talk about. We are first going to start with some completed-ish daily journals. So basically, this year for me for school is a little bit complicated. If you've watched my past videos, you know that often I'm moving back and forth between school, and then in the past 4 years of my undergrad, whenever I had a break, whether it was reading week in the fall or reading week in the winter or winter break, I would do like a lot of journal catch up and stuff and just bring the supplies that I needed home. And it was a whole complicated process. Now this year, for my final year of Teachers College, it's even more complicated because I am constantly moving back and forth between home and school. So I'm working on finishing up journals and like trying to see what I can get done at school versus what I can get done at home, and then seeing what supplies I need to bring back and forth because I'm home for longer periods of time than normal, and it's just a whole thing. So these are 2 journals, one that I finished before I left for school, and then another that I finished while I was at school the past 4.5 weeks. And yeah, so let's talk about them. This was my travel journal for the month of August. As you can see, it got very chunky as my travel journals normally do. Now the thing is that when I got back from my trip, I had to move into school, like into my house at my school town, like the next day. And so I didn't have time to print out all the pictures that I needed to fit in here. So I printed them out while I was at school. That is another factor in this, is that I'm home for 7 weeks for a placement for student teaching, but my printer is at school. So I had to like pre-print everything that I needed, or at least like the majority of what I needed to bring home. And like, there's just a lot of prep and thinking ahead that goes into my journaling this next school year. But as you can see from this thick stack of photos, these are all the photos that I need to put into my journal. Literally, this is so many photos. I can't even tell you how many pages of photos I printed and how long it took for me to kind of compile all the photos. But now that I have them all here, I'm just gonna have to glue them in with a little bit of washi, write a few captions for some of them, and then this journal will be done. I absolutely love how this journal turned out. I just love that it's so chunky and there's so many good memories inside. It just makes me so happy to look back on. Can't wait to flip through it and add in my photos. So this is one of the journals that I will be working on in the next 7 weeks, just slowly day by day adding in a few photos, and then you guys will see a flip through hopefully super soon. But yeah, this is one journal that I'm currently working in. Now the next journal here was my next daily journal. I used this for the first like 10 days, I think, while I was at school because it was a thin journal and very easy to fill out. This one is completely done. I'm fully caught up in it. There are no spreads that are waiting to be finished. And so yeah, for this one, there's not much to say. It is done, and I will be doing a flip through of this one very soon as well. This is a journal that I got from the thrift store, but it came in a pack of 5 from Muji, and it was like brand new. So that was a really cool find. And yeah, not much to say about this, but I really like how this journal turned out. It's super thin, but I love it. Okay, moving on to the 3 journals that I am currently working in. Of course, we first have my reading journal, as you can see right here. This is a journal from the Noda brand, which you can get at Indigo, which is a Canadian bookstore. I love this journal. I think it's super fun to have a reading journal. Now, it is a lot of work, and I will say I've been so busy this year that I haven't had as much time as I really want to put into this journal. These were my spreads for August. As you can see, I only read 2 books because I was on that trip, which is really unfortunate. So this is the plainest my reading recap spread has ever looked, but I think it looks pretty fun either way, and I kind of like how the colors match of the books, and then this orange color really matched the orange color of my spread. So, or maybe this is the yellow, I don't know, orangey yellow. But yeah, so I only read 2 books in the month of August. It's currently still September, and this is my setup. You guys will see a full flip through of this at the end of the year, but I'm working on finishing a few more books hopefully this month. We will see, but yeah, these are the spreads that I've been working on so far. I haven't made the book recap spread yet because the month is not yet over, but I think I'm gonna probably have about 6 books to put, which is, again, not as many as I used to read, but what can you do? A girl is super busy this year, but really cute. I've been loving making these spreads, and it does take a lot of time, so I've been having a bit of trouble finding enough time to keep up with this journal on top of my daily journal and my memory planner, but regardless, I still really love this journal and I want to put the effort into it. I just wish I had a little bit more time. But don't we all want a little bit more time? This is a recent spread that I made while I was at school to prep for the month of October. I feel like this spread turned out super cute. It's very fall themed. This is where I'm going to track my October reads, as you guys have seen, place for thoughts and reviews, and then the leftover stickers. This is a sheet of stickers that I got while I was in Korea. It is so adorable. And then here I'm going to track the TV shows and movies that I've been watching. But yeah, so this is the update on my reading journal. I'm honestly quite behind in it, all things considered. So I will have to try to get a little bit caught up while I am here. But unfortunately, as you guys know, I can't print out the photos I need for my September like wrap up page because my printer is at school. So it's a little bit complicated, and honestly, all I'm going to be doing is probably tracking the books and the TV shows that I read or TV shows that I watched in the month of October. And then if I find the time, hopefully I will do my November spread while I'm still here. It would be nice to be caught up and then not have to worry about it when I'm back at school. But yeah, this is my current reading journal. Again, there is a flip through of the setup, and I think I did a flip through of the first half. So that is available on my channel if you're interested in seeing more of this. But yeah, that is another journal that I'm currently working in and trying my best to make time for. Okay. Moving on to my daily journal. This is my current daily journal. It's a journal that I got from Dollarama. Came in a pack of 5 for $5, and my sister and I ended up splitting the pack. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of this journal. You can tell the quality is really cheap, which, you know, it was $1, so what can you do? And I kind of knew that going in, but I just discovered that I'm not a big fan of these journals. I also didn't realize that they're slightly taller than my normal journals, which is fine. Like, it's not really a big issue, but every single journal I've used in the past, whether they were the same like width, they were always the same height. And so it does bother me a little bit that I'm using this journal that is a different height from all like 65 other journals that I've ever used in my lifetime. But it's okay, you know, not the end of the world. And again, the journal was only $1, so I really can't fault it. But yeah, the cover is super cute. I thought it was perfect for kind of like a summer fall transition. And oh, the thing I also don't really like about this journal is that it has no lines on the inside. I have really messy handwriting, and so it's made it a little bit hard for me to like have a really neat looking spread. But, you know, again, it's not horrible. And yeah, the quality of the paper is not great, I will say, but I'm working through it really slowly. This is my current setup. This is how I started the journal. Super cute, regardless. And I don't have much to say about it so far, but as you can see, I've just been filling it up with little daily spreads and book spreads and whatever. So that is my current journal. I'm working through it. I kind of feel like I'll have it done by like the first week of October, maybe something like that. And so I'm excited to move into my next journal. But this is the journal that I'm currently working in. Again, it is from Dollarama, and I've used other Dollarama journals in the past that I've loved, like more hardbound ones, but I will say this is not my favorite. But again, it was only $1 and the design on the cover is really cute, so it's fine. Okay. Moving on, we have my memory planner, of course. You guys have seen this in the past. It's about the same. I can show you some spreads that I've been working on. This was my August monthly spread, super cute. We have my travel spreads from the month of August. Just gonna do a quick flip through of these. Really cute. This was my first week of school, adorable. Here's my September monthly spread. I do need to catch up on a few days because it is currently the 28th. And then we have my spreads for September. Love it. Super cute. This is the current week. As you can see, I need to track some things for today. And then, like I said, I don't have my printer here, and normally I print and cut all these kits by myself. So at school, I really like planned ahead, and I planned out the bases for all of October and then the first 2 weeks of November. So this is gonna be the first week of my placement, so I wanted to use a school themed kit. Then we have a fall themed kit along with some gold foil, so I brought some gold foil stickers with me. Another fall themed kit, another fall themed kit with some more gold foil, adorable. This is the week of Halloween. Oops, love it. And then we have November over here. I love this washi from EB. And then we have the first week of November as well as the second week of November. So I have all these kits planned ahead. This took a while to prep for, but I was glad I did it because I wanted to like keep, what am I trying to say? Like, I wanted to be current in this planner. I debated leaving this planner at school and then doing a full 7 weeks of catch up when I got back, but I figured I'm so busy with school that there's no way I'm gonna have time to fully plan out 7 weeks. Plus, I didn't want to have to track 7 weeks worth of activities in my notes because it would just get a little bit chaotic. And so I decided I was going to bring the weight and bring this planner home because she is very heavy. And yeah, to me, it's worth it to bring this and then be current with my spreads. So that is my memory planner. And then I figured the last thing I would show you is another journal that I'm going to use after I'm done my current daily journal, which is, like I said, this one right here. I think this is the next journal I'm going to use. It is from Michaels. I got it on clearance for like $5, which was a pretty good deal. And yeah, it's really cute. I love the textured rainbows on the cover. Again, this is kind of a good fall-ish journal in my opinion. It does scream kind of summer, to be honest, but I can see how it would work for fall as well. And I have this little bunny sticker that I'm debating putting on the cover here. I'm not 100% sure I want to do it, but let me know in the comments if you think that would be cute. Anyway, that was my little journal chat for today, talking about all the journals that I need to work on, the things I need to catch up on, my current journals, my future journals. Hope you guys enjoyed. Honestly, I usually am very ahead with my videos and I have many planned, but I've run out. I had a bunch saved up for while I was at school, and then now that I'm back home, I do need to start filming a bunch of videos so that I can be caught up and ahead and have tons of content ready for you guys. So if there's a video that you guys want to see, whether it's like another video in a series that I've been doing or just, I don't know, a random video in particular that you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments down below because I would be happy to film that for you. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.